If you're the kind of person who's into movies, or comic books, or if you spend much time on the internet, or honestly, if you go out in public at all, you're probably aware that there's a Deadpool movie coming out. Deadpool, of course, being the popular Marvel Comics anti-hero loved for his absurdist fourth-wall-breaking humor and penchant for ultraviolence, both of which the movie looks to have in full supply. A lot of you are probably pretty excited about this, since, it looks like exactly what anyone would want from a Deadpool movie. But maybe you aren't already a Deadpool fan. Maybe you're wondering what the big deal is with this wacky guy in a red suit. If so, we've got just the thing. 9 reasons why you should be tossing your chimichangas with excitement for the Deadpool movie. Number 1. It's a big-budget, R-rated, blockbuster action comedy Marvel superhero movie. The days of R-rated blockbusters like Terminator 2 are long gone. Somehow, someone convinced 20th Century Fox to let these guys make a profane, explicit, super bloody movie about a spandex-clad Marvel character. This is technically an X-Men movie. Colossus is in it. It is frankly insane that this movie exists, so be sure to appreciate it. Number 2. It will change the X-Men movies forever. After 5 and soon to be 6 movies over 16 years, the X-Men franchise has pretty much stayed focused on the same core group of characters, which is kind of a bummer since there's so much great stuff from the comics that's been left out. There are hundreds of characters, multiple timelines, dinosaurs, and all sorts of intergalactic shenanigans. The lack of world building in the movies feels like a missed opportunity, but Deadpool looks to be changing that. It includes a bunch of minor mutant characters like Angel Dust and Marrow, and finally gives us the Colossus we always wanted. One of the major characters is Negasonic Teenage Warhead from Grant Morrison's new X-Men comic, who seems to be wearing a classic New Mutant uniform. It looks like this is the start of X-Men movies getting a lot more interesting. Number 3. It has the Rob Liefeld seal of approval. Deadpool co-creator Rob Liefeld is a legendary figure in the comic book industry, famous for co-founding Image Comics, popularizing pouches and shoulder pads, and always speaking his mind. Liefeld is a guy who does not care what people think of him. So when he says he likes something, you know he's telling the truth, and he likes the Deadpool movie. A lot. He's been raving about the script for years, and now that he's seen the finished film, he's given it his full endorsement. Liefeld is the guy who knows Deadpool better than anyone, so I think we should trust him on this. Number 4. It's finally Deadpool done right. I hate to do this, but I'm going to dredge up some painful memories. Let's return to 2009 and a movie called X-Men Origins Wolverine. It was terrible. Of its countless problems, one of the most frustrating was its handling of Deadpool. They took a character famous for talking constantly, a character actually nicknamed the Merc with the Mouth, and sewed his mouth shut. So yeah, Deadpool has had a rough time in the movie so far. But finally, he's made it back to the big screen, not just erasing memories of the previous attempt, but making self-aware jokes about it.
But the movie, that was a career low for me. You understand.
Number 5. Director Tim Miller. You might not have heard Tim Miller's name before, but odds are you're familiar with his work. The gorgeous, visceral title sequence for The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, that bonkers, crazy prologue to Thor: The Dark World. He even made the Heaven and Hell sequence for the South Park movie. Plus he has a huge resume of amazing commercials for video games like Batman Arkham Origins and DC Universe Online. Miller has been doing incredible work for 20 years, proving that he can do action, comedy, and superheroes. He's finally earned his moment in the spotlight, and it looks like he's gonna knock this one out of the park. Number 6. X gon' give it to ya. This is a weird one, but hear me out. Rapper DMX released his hit single, X Gon' Give It To Ya, in January 2003. Since then, 4 X-Men movies and 2 Wolverine movies have been released, and for some reason, none of them have featured the song. It doesn't take a genius to know that when you have a team called the X-Men and a song called X Gon' Give It To Ya, you need to put them together. Thankfully, Deadpool has righted this wrong, featuring the song in all the trailers and on the official soundtrack. And since Deadpool is technically an X character, it still counts. Oh, and speaking of music, the score is by Junkie XL, who you might remember from his brilliant, totally insane score for Mad Max Fury Road. So yeah, I think the music in this movie should be pretty good. Number 7. A break from deadly serious superheroes. This is a huge year for superhero movies, particularly ones where the world ends and the heroes frown at each other a lot and talk about whether or not they bleed. We could use some levity, so to balance the scales, we have Deadpool. Clearly, Batman v Superman, Captain America Civil War, and X-Men Apocalypse take themselves very, very seriously. So it's refreshing to have a superhero movie that doesn't appear to take itself seriously at all. Deadpool is not full of 9/11 imagery and discussions about American foreign policy. No one is dramatically reading passages from the Bible. It just wants to have a good time. Number 8. It's the role Ryan Reynolds was born to play. For years, Deadpool fans have agreed that if any actor was perfect for the role, it was Ryan Reynolds. He has the acting ability, the look, he can do action, but most importantly, he has exactly the fast, absurd sense of humor the character needs. One look at Reynolds' Twitter account tells you that the guy barely has to act. he's just always in character. So 8 years ago, fans were thrilled when Reynolds was cast as Deadpool in the Wolverine movie. And, well, we know how that turned out. But Reynolds was devoted to the character and wanted to see him done right. So he's returning to finally give us the Deadpool we've always wanted. Number 9, they finally got the eyes right. Look at almost any superhero comic ever published, characters wearing masks with blank white eyes. And even when they get the costumes exactly right, that's the one thing that's always missing. Instead, the eyes are cut out of the mask so you can see the actor's regular eyes underneath. And I realize this is because masks can't move to show expressions and emotion, but I think we've all kind of wished that we could see the classic white eyes done right. And Deadpool finally figured it out. They've used CGI to animate the eyes, allowing them to move and be expressive even when his whole face is covered, and looking exactly like the comic. We've clearly come a long way from Adam West's furrowed brow being drawn onto his mask.
See you this Friday, America.
Hey guys, this is Soy from Cinematica. Thanks for watching 9 reasons to look forward to the Deadpool movie. Did we miss out any reasons? Leave a comment down below if we did. Of course, you can check out our other videos, Brutal Deaths right here, and of course 107 facts about Star Wars. And if you click on the description, we have 107 facts about Hunger Games. So many options. Make sure to subscribe to Cinematica where we help you watch smarter. See you next video.